Breaking this morning, the truce between Israel and Hamas is over. What's happening on the ground in Gaza right now?
Certainly the next 11 months are going to be a wild ride.
Melissa Agar departing from her role as the Senate's top Democrat, the domino effect it's having on the legislature.
Plus, what Wisconsin's hotel industry is expecting during the upcoming Republican National Convention in Milwaukee.
And we're watching a broad area of rain is spreading out of Illinois, starting to change over to some snow. We can expect some of that later this morning. We'll track it for you coming up.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now This Morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide. You can see the radar. The green is starting to creep into Wisconsin. Kelly's watching what could be a sloppy mess.
Yeah, you can see on the northern fringe there, it's starting to change over to a little bit of snow as well. So that all that moisture is running into the colder air that we have in place here. So once you get toward Rockford, north of Rockford there, toward Beloit, probably starting to see a few flurries move on in. And this looks like a lot of moisture that would just pelt us, but we're going to be on the northern fringe of this storm system. The bulk of the precipitation is going to stay to our south, but we can expect some sloppy snow accumulation later on today. We'll track this through the morning hours here. You can see future track 7, 8 o'clock, Monroe, Janesville area. Notice it does stay south, mainly south of Dane County throughout the early morning hours. Probably not getting into the Madison area until the noon hour. That looks like the best opportunity of seeing that moving on in. Right now we're 31, 33 in Middleton, 30 in Windsor, 33 currently in Stoughton. So we are looking at that rain snow, especially south this morning. Eventually moving into the Madison area, lesser chances areas to the north. About an inch in the Madison area, maybe upwards of 2 inches as you go down to the south. And then we have another system that'll bring us a chance of some snow mixed with some rain, maybe another inch or two by Saturday night into a Sunday. So as we go through the morning hours, most of this staying down to our south. You notice how it's training over the same areas, but as we get toward the noon hour, 1 o'clock, spreading into the Madison area, areas to the north not seeing much. And you can see basically Dane County seeing the snow while you go up into Sauk County areas to the northwest, not picking up much. So it's going to be kind of a sloppy afternoon for some rain mixed with some snow throughout the afternoon hours, some sloppy accumulation as you are headed home from work and school. We do have another system that'll bring us another mix of rain and snow later in the weekend. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much. To our top story this hour, breaking news overnight. The temporary ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is now over.
Our Shane Hogan is here with the latest developments of the war and what comes next. Shane, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Chris, this morning, Israel's military says it has resumed combat operations, including expanded airstrikes against Hamas after that ceasefire expired. The Hamas-controlled Ministry of Health says the latest Israeli airstrikes killed 32 people. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Hamas violated the truce. He claims Hamas did not release all of the hostages it previously said it would. Still, Qatari and Egyptian officials are continuing negotiations for the release of more hostages. Now, this follows new information on Hamas's attack from the New York Times yesterday. The Times reported Israel had access to much of Hamas's battle plan more than a year before it happened. Israeli officials allegedly obtained a roughly 40-page document outlining a point-by-point kind of attack that Hamas ended up carrying out back on October 7th. However, the document didn't say when that attack would happen. Israeli officials reportedly dismissed this plan, saying Hamas didn't have those kinds of capabilities. Since then, the Israeli military has declined to comment on that New York Times report.
All right, Shane Hogan with those developing details this morning. Shane, thank you very much.
We will, of course, keep following developments from Israel and Palestine as the war continues. You can find all of our past coverage and stay up to date on new information with the free Channel 3000 mobile app.
Back in Wisconsin, the state Senate's top Democrat is leaving her post to run for Dane County executive. State Senate Minority Leader Melissa Agar's announcement already having a domino effect on the outlook for both chambers of the state's legislature. Agard is leaving at a pivotal moment as the state Supreme Court considers changing Wisconsin's legislative maps. That could impact the balance of power. Here's what she had to say about it.
We do have the opportunity at the state level to have a more fair and representative democracy, and we need strong leaders in our counties and in our local governments, partners that are going to be able to deliver those services.
Following Agard's announcement she's departing the legislature, 3 senators announced they're looking to replace her. One of them, Kelda Royce, says she's looking to expand upon Agard's work for fairer maps.
I've been very encouraged by the support that I've received from my colleagues because I think we have a really shared vision that we are going to capitalize on the opportunity before us. If we have fair maps, we can build a Democratic majority next November in 2024.
State Senators Diane Hesselbein and Jeff Smith have also thrown their hats into the ring to be the chamber's next Democratic leader.
There are also numerous representatives eyeing Agard's position. State Representative Melissa Radcliffe from Cottage Grove says she's running. Representative Samba Balde from Madison has also expressed interest. We're also learning that Representative Jimmy Anderson of Fitchburg is considering campaigning for the seat. All three lawmakers represent deep blue seats in the Assembly. If and when Balde and Anderson announce they're running, we could be looking at an extremely crowded primary.
Some of Wisconsin's Democratic lawmakers want to make sure local governments can make more decisions for themselves. The Our Communities, Our Values legislation includes 13 bills. They address issues from local rent control all the way to giving health departments the power to close businesses during public health emergencies. When representatives announced the bills this week, they were joined by several local leaders, including Middleton's mayor and a Madison school board member.
A live look at Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee this morning. This is the site of next summer's Republican National Convention that runs from July 15th to the 18th. It's expected to bring in thousands from across the nation. Our Will Keneally spoke to members of the community in Milwaukee about the impact the event will have on the economy. People are already booking hotel rooms for the convention, even here in Madison. The CEO of Wisconsin's Hotel and Lodging Association says it's an opportunity for the state's tourism industry to shine.
These big events coming through too, we make sure our hotels are in tip-top shape. I can't tell you how many hotels owners and general managers I've talked to who are either doing major renovations or who are doing facelifts to touch up their paint jobs and put in new carpeting and all those types of things, just to show again that we have the modern facilities that people want when they travel.
In all, we could see more than 14,000 hotel rooms booked for the RNC.
We are 25 days away from Christmas now, and if you're still in need of a Christmas tree, the DNR has an idea for you. You can now head to Wisconsin's Northern State Forest to cut down your own tree. The DNR says the Black River and several other state forests are offering a number of different pines and balsam firs. You will have to get a permit at the headquarters for each state forest. If you do this, guess the price.
$5.
Isn't that crazy?
It's so cheap.
Wow.
I knew because it was on the screen.
Oh, you're so smart. Hey, for a full list of Northern State Forests you can get a tree from, head to this story at channel3000.com.
All right, happening today, you can head to the state capitol to watch the holiday tree lighting. Governor Tony Evers is inviting Wisconsinites to join him. It's at noon in the Capitol's Rotunda. There will be special guests, musical guests. This year's theme is 175 years of Wisconsinites. The tree's been standing in the Rotunda since November, but again, they're going to light it today. It'll have ornaments that folks from all across the state have donated. Today is the first day you can see it all lit up.
Good time to be inside, especially right around noon. We're thinking the weather might get a little dicey this afternoon.
It might look a little bit more like Christmas today because we are calling for some rain and snow to be moving on in. So we'll be looking a little bit more festive later today.
Okay, you've been warned.
Yeah, and we have more to get to this weekend, right?
Yeah, it looks like we'll get a couple rounds, one coming in today, tonight, another round coming in. It looks like for the end of the weekend. We'll time it all out for you coming up in the First Warn Forecast.
That plus the state of downtown businesses, whether they're recovering. Years after the pandemic, we'll tell you.
And in morning sports, tournament time for Badger Volleyball. We'll show you how they looked in their opening round of the NCAA tournament.
Black Friday mattress deals have been extended for one final week at Ashley. It's your last chance to save up to 83% off top mattress brands, plus low monthly payments with special interest financing for 6 long years. Only at Ashley.
Save big money at Menards. Masterforce has all the tools and accessories you need for your next project. This 800-amp lithium-ion jump starter is ideal for vehicles up to 8 cylinders, providing quick and easy jump starting in emergencies. It has longer life and more charge cycles than a traditional jump starter, and its compact size works great as a portable power bank for your electronic devices. Save big money and pick one up today for $69.99.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Cobison Buses, now hiring. I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Copason buses. Working with Copason, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Copason.com to apply.
Hi, I'm Gary Canulty, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me March 23rd through April 1st as we become immersed in Hawaiian culture and take in breathtaking views of Oahu, Kauai, and Maui. Enjoy a balance of scheduled must-see attractions and free time to relax in paradise. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Black Friday deals have been extended for one final week at Ashley. It's your last chance to save up to 65% off doorbusters and special deals on our hottest looks store-wide. Plus special interest financing for 6 long years with low monthly payments only at Ashley.
You're watching the Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now This Morning.
Welcome back. A new report on the state of downtown Madison's economy shows the city's businesses are still recovering from the pandemic. Downtown is getting closer to the way it was pre-pandemic, though. The number of people working in 2020 was more than 50,000. This year, the number of people employed is just shy of that. It's a similar story for the number of businesses downtown this year. It almost matches 2020's numbers. As for the entirety of Dane County, the total number of businesses in 2023, just 40 less than 2020.
It's great to see the rebound after all of the hardship that they went through under COVID. We're also really proud to see that 82% of those businesses are owned locally. They're owned by our neighbors. These are truly local businesses. So there's several positive parts of the report.
The report's findings show the number of employees in Dane County this year exceeded the number of people employed in 2020. The report showed there's more work to be done, though, particularly when it comes to affordable housing downtown.
Interesting. So of the roughly 10,000 businesses in Dane County that employ more than one person, only 39 are Black-owned out of 10,000. The Black Chamber of Commerce wants to let local entrepreneurs at any stage know there are some resources available to them. Our Arman Rahman shows us what the Southside Black Business Hub is offering.
What better place to do it than a Black Business Hub?
While much of the hub is still under construction, the offices of organizations like Wisconsin Women's Business Initiative Corporation, or WIBIC, offered a hub of information for business owners of color.
Our theory is that the Black community is locked into the lowest level of a real-life monopoly game. And you can't play this game without the money. But there are systems in place that allow you access to the money that many businesses are unaware of.
Black Chamber of Commerce leaders say they heard entrepreneurs across the state say they want to know their financials better.
If your personal credit is not in order, if your business credit is not in order, you don't understand the system that is business credit, or if you don't understand what your needs are as a business owner, you're going to be in trouble.
They say business owners in Dane County can do that by taking classes at WIBIC or learning about their business loans. Priska Norton is a WIBIC client who, after losing her lease, learned she could switch her Coffee for All bistro and cafe to a catering service.
Coming up with this idea of reaching out to our clients, instead of us waiting for the clients to come into the coffee shop, it's a game changer for us.
She urges other business owners of color to not give up.
Believe me, when you start a business as a minority, you'll have to shut your ears from so many voices. You know, there are people who will always be telling you, you can't. Look at me now. I'm doing better.
That was Arman Rahman reporting. There are plenty of ways to support entrepreneurs of color. Tomorrow you can head to Fountain of Life on Badger Road to see the first ever Black Art Expo in Madison. The event goes from 4 to 7 and is free to attend. It features about 20 artists and vendors showing off Live demos, music, poetry, and more.
6:15. Kelly Slifka's keeping an eye on your weekend. First warn weather. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning. Things are quiet this morning, and if you are going to be traveling about, at least in the Madison area, Dane County, you should be okay. But areas to the south, already expecting to see some of that snow mixed with a little bit of rain moving on in. You can see this broad area of generally rain down to the south, but on the northern fringe of that, toward Rockford, some of that is starting to change over to a little bit of snow. Some of that's starting to creep into southern Rock County near Beloit, seeing some of that, maybe just a few flurries right now, but that will continue to lift to the north, and we'll track this out for you. This is going to be training mainly from Madison areas to the south throughout the morning hours. So areas to the north not likely to see anything. Actually, in Madison, Verona, Fitchburg, you might start to see some of this snow here at the noon hour, while areas to the north, Waunakee, up through DeForest, Sun Prairie, might not see this until a little bit later this afternoon, probably not until 3, 4 o'clock. So that's just how sharp this cutoff will be. Mainly snow, but there might be a little bit of rain mixed in. Might see some accumulation already by the late afternoon rush hour into the evening. A lot of this will start to wind down after 10 o'clock, and then we'll get a break. But maybe upwards of an inch here in the Madison area, maybe closer to 2 inches as you get toward the Illinois border, down toward Monroe and Janesville. For the weekend, Saturday looks just kind of cloudy, mild, temperatures near 40. Sunday does not look like a nice day. It's going to be a sloppy day with a rain-snow mixture, 1 to 2 inches of sloppy accumulation on top of what we are expecting for tonight. Right now, we just have the clouds across the area. 37 degrees is what we're expecting. Sun coming up at 7:09. Here's the storm system. This came in from the Texas Panhandle, now looping up to the north. We're on the colder side of it right now. That's why we're expecting mainly snow, but it might be enough that we could see a little bit of rain mixed in, at least warm enough that might be a little bit of rain mixed in. That will keep the totals down. Generally an inch or less for Madison area, maybe upwards of 2 inches to the south. That secondary system moves in Saturday night. Now Saturday will be dry, just cloudy, temperatures near 40. Looks like Saturday night toward midnight, we'll expect more snow, maybe mixed in with a little bit of rain, and that will continue for all areas into Sunday, even the areas to the north and west that aren't expecting much today. That should gradually wind down as we go into Sunday afternoon. Could be talking about another inch or two toward the end of the weekend. 36 in Janesville, but much colder to the north. 15 right now in Camp Douglas, so that's that transition zone. That's why we are expecting mainly snow here, but a little bit of rain mixed in. That should come to an end this evening. Dry tomorrow, but another mix of rain and snow on Sunday, another inch or two possible. Still kind of unsettled into Tuesday, but then dry and much milder. 40s expected Thursday and Friday.
The perfect record in non-conference, a second-place finish in the Big Ten. None of that matters now for Wisconsin. It's all about surviving, advancing, and dancing in the NCAA tournament. Up first, a first-ever meeting with Jackson State in the first round, and the Badgers got the party started. MJ Hamill sets up Sarah Franklin, and she hammers home the kill. Franklin had a game-high 12. And then later in the first set, Temi Thomas-Ailara introduces the Tigers to Temi time. She gets up to get down for one of her 10 kills on the night. And then it's Gulje Guchtikin serving up an ace. Wisconsin sweeps Jackson State with these. They'll take on Miami tonight at 7 o'clock. Speaking of Wisconsin volleyball, Sarah Franklin can now add Big Ten Player of the Year to her title. The senior outside hitter is the first Badger to take home the award since Dana Retke did it in 2019. Franklin has dominated this season. In November alone, she hit .394 with 127 kills. And just a reminder to tune into this week's Wisconsin Huddle. Former Badger Lauren Barnes stops by to break down UW's path to another national championship. Show starts at 6:30 tonight, right here on News 3 Now. When it comes to basketball season, this game is always circled on everyone's calendar. And Saturday, it's going to be a wild one at the Kohl Center when Wisconsin welcomes in number 3 Marquette for the 130th meeting between the two programs. The Badgers have won 3 of the last 4 matchups against the Golden Eagles, but throw out the records because when these two that are separated by just 79 miles get together, it's always a battle.
They're a good team. They're number 3 and they're whatever rank they are in the country for a reason. They won the Big Ten last year, or the Big East last year. We got a lot of returning guys, and so there is a little rivalry. You know, the same state, the big high major teams. But it's going to be, it's always a little different. It's always going to be a little more physical. They play good physical style of basketball, so it's going to be a battle.
If you think it's been a while since the Wisconsin women's hockey team skated on their home ice, you're right. Saturday will mark the first time since October 21st that they'll be back in Lavon. And if there's one thing we know about the barn, Mark Johnson's squad rarely loses there. Just 19 home losses all time at Lavon. And you could say the Badgers can't wait to be back in front of their fans.
It feels like it's been forever, especially with the off weekends and stuff. Yeah, I think over a month, that's crazy. It's obviously exciting just to play in front of those fans again. And just have them behind you the whole time.
The fans give us that extra bit of energy, which is so awesome to have, and we've definitely missed it while traveling so much, and I know everyone's super excited.
And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Zach. Okay, 6:20 now. When we're back, how your quick trip shopping experience could get even quicker pretty soon.
And in our next half hour, a challenge to Wisconsin's ban on collective bargaining. Who's bringing the case? And why they say Act 10 violates the Wisconsin Constitution.
But first, a look at gas prices ahead of your weekend travels this morning. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach. Weeknights.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Cyber Week is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
We've got questions about Medicare plans.
Well, we've got a lot of answers. How can I help?
Well, for starters, do you have a Medicare plan I can actually afford?
How about a plan with a $0 monthly premium?
Well, that's a great start. What other benefits can we get?
Things like dental, vision, and hearing. But let me help you pick the plan that's right for you.
Don't wait. Call 1-800-ETNA for you to get answers to your questions and pick a plan that's right for you. And let's make healthier happen together.
This is the Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic, and it responds to snoring, so you don't have to. So no more nudging your partner or sleeping on the other side of the house, because the Tempur-Ergo Smart Base actually detects snoring, then automatically adjusts to help reduce it all night, every night.
Save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Welcome back. Kevin Charles bringing me one of my favorites. I think Chris likes this one too. Little dusting of snow.
Gorgeous scene.
That's right.
Perhaps somewhere in southwest Wisconsin.
Oh, you know I'm partial.
Great picture. Thank you, Kevin. Are you from?
You know I happen to be. The entire corner.
It's been a minute since you've reminded us.
Yes, Iowa, Grant, Lafayette. I might call Richland County mine as well.
Yeah.
They're all mine.
Just
take it all.
Crawford.
Gorgeous picture, Kevin. Thanks for sharing it with us. You can do the same. We'll show it on the air.
All right, Shane's here with the trending story of the day.
All right, guys, let's talk about another Wisconsin staple this morning, because your trips to Quick Trip will be even quicker, because the convenience store station chain is announcing that new stores will have self-checkout kiosks. Now, the kiosks will accept all forms of payment and quick trip rewards. But don't worry, according to the company, the self-checkouts are not going to replace any human employees. And, important to note, existing stores will not be retrofitted to accommodate the new kiosks.
All right, boys. What are you buying if you're using these? And it's got to be a quick trip staple.
Sure. I go for the cheese curds.
That's right, brother.
Yeah, I like their breakfast sandwiches. I think that's a nice little stop in, grab one or two of those.
With the biscuit.
With a biscuit. Oh,
You know
yes.
me.
I know.
Just
You don't love the English muffin.
No,
No,
biscuit.
I know.
This takes away the human experience, though. Don't you like talking with the people at Quick Trip?
See you next time.
Chris, I'm here to inform you that that's not going away. You can still,
I know.
You can, when you walk in, you could say, "Hey there, ma'am, how's your day?"
That's exactly what I say. How did you know that?
Yeah, I know you pretty well, my friend.
Hey, as long as I can still get my spicy chicken sandwich, that is all the interaction I need is me and that sandwich. A love story.
Out of her way when she's after that spicy chicken sandwich.
It's a love story.
Might get run over. All right, let's check in with Kelly Slufka. He's tracking the system to the south that's creeping its way towards Madison. Hey.
Yeah, we are seeing the broad area of rain just to the south. Some of that on the northern edge is starting to change over to a little bit of snow, trying to move into Wisconsin this morning. Most of this will be staying to the south, but bundle up the kids with that snow-rain mix expected this afternoon.
We're back after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current Chevy owners can use Red Tag Bonus Cash to get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken. Time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
Welcome back to Sam's Hot Takes. What's hot now? Spectrum One Stream. It's internet, unlimited mobile, advanced Wi-Fi, and this Zumo Stream Box free with Spectrum TV. It makes searching for shows and movies across live TV and streaming apps easy. It's streaming simplified.
Get internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Plus add Spectrum TV and get a free Zumo Stream Box for 12 months. Call 833-788-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a Spectrum store today.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you. Thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner. That means your priorities are ours, too. Our retirement tools and advice can help you leave a legacy for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
When migraine strikes, are the trade-offs of treating worth it? Ubrelvy is another option. It quickly eliminates migraine pain.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness.
Ask about Ubrelvy.
This morning, a Beloit school is dealing with a poor report card, how the school is handling a failing grade.
And a lawsuit challenging one of Wisconsin's most polarizing laws. Our Shane Hogan is following up on its impact in the state. Shane.
That's right, Chris. More than a decade after historic protests at the state capitol, I'll break down this new challenge to the ban on collective bargaining.
And we are watching a broad area of rain starting to change over to a little bit of snow headed into southern Wisconsin. We'll track it for you coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchine.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka's got your first warn forecast, tracking some snow making its way into the viewing area.
Yeah, we're going to be right on the edge. Once again, it seems like Madison is always on the edge of these systems, and this one is going to be the same situation. Some areas to the north not picking up anything, areas to the south maybe a little bit more. And we're already starting to see this creep into the extreme southern parts of the state, just starting to move into Rock County, Greene County, seeing some of that as well. Just a few flurries right now, but see a lot of rain down in the south, and that's running into some of that colder air as it's starting to lift to the north. So our future track radar, you can see Madison looks dry throughout the morning hours. Most of this is going to fall from Monroe to Janesville this morning, so if you are traveling south from Madison, count on some snow, reducing visibilities, and some of this may accumulate a little bit. A lot of it's going to be melting because temperatures are going to be above freezing. Right now, we're at 31 in Madison, 31 in Windsor, Middleton at 33, so already above freezing in Verona at 33 as well. So we'll call on that rain and snow mix most of this morning to the south of Madison, but it likely toward the noon hour, we are expecting some of that to spread on in. Maybe talking about an inch when all is said and done. Another system will move in Saturday night into Sunday, bringing us another opportunity for some snow rain mix. So you see how this stays to our south of Madison this morning. As we get toward the noon hour, some of that starts to lift toward the Madison area. Areas to the north might not see much at all until later this afternoon. Areas to the north of the Wisconsin River Valley, likely not to see much other than a few flurries. But here in Madison, we are expecting some of that snow to develop later this morning toward the noon hour. Temperatures above freezing, so a lot of this melting. We'll also track that other system that's expected later this weekend coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Hey, it's a good weekend to have your First Warn weather app handy. Follow along with the radar and any shift in that rain and snow we're expecting, as well as your First Warn weather impacts.
Developing this morning, Wisconsin's ban on collective bargaining for most public employees is under attack. 7
unions representing teachers and other public workers in Wisconsin are trying to file a lawsuit to end the ban. Shane Hogan is here to break down what this means for the state. Good morning, Shane.
Hey, good morning, Leah. This is all centered around Act 10. It's a 2011 law that passed under former Governor Scott Walker. It effectively ended collective bargaining for most public unions. Teachers and other public workers are behind this new lawsuit. It alleges that the law's exemption of some police, firefighters, and public safety workers violates the equal protection guarantee in Wisconsin's Constitution. We're now hearing from people both in support of and against Act 10. Senate Minority Leader Melissa Agard saying, quote, "My path into state politics was in large part because of the wrongdoings that resulted from Act 10, and I am glad that the constitutionality of the law will be re-examined in the courts." On the other side of things, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos saying in a social media post, quote, "The repeal of Act 10 would bankrupt schools and local governments right after we gave them historic funding. This is another attempt by liberal special interest groups to undo the law to please their donors now that there's been a shift in the court." Now, it is important to note that this lawsuit was filed in a county circuit court, unlike other major cases like the redistricting case that have gone directly to the state Supreme Court. Since its ideological shift, that means it will likely take more than a year to make its way up for a final ruling, guys. So we're just hearing about this now, but we will watch this play out over the next several months.
The beginning of what could be a long process.
That's right.
Shane, thank you.
Preparations are already underway for the 2025 state Supreme Court race. We now know who's running against the incumbent to try and regain conservative control of the court. It's former Attorney General Brad Schimmel. Schimmel served as AG under former Governor Scott Walker from 2015 to 2019. Following his defeat to Josh Call in the 2018 election, Walker appointed him as a circuit court judge in Waukesha County. He'll be facing off against incumbent Justice Ann Walsh Bradley. She's looking to continue her service for another 10-year term. She first took her seat back in 1995.
The sexual assault case against 22-year-old Ivan Smart will have to start all over again because of a mistrial. This comes after the case against Smart was handed over to the jury for deliberations on Wednesday. Yesterday morning, the jury told the judge that they were unable to come to a decision. This caused the judge to rule a mistrial. Smart was charged with second-degree sexual assault after a woman said that he and another man groped her without her consent at a downtown bar. Prosecutors say the assault continued into a car and that the woman ended up fighting back and escaping. So now a new jury will be selected and the trial process will begin again until a decision can be reached.
6:35 this morning, people in Beloit are resting easy after the SWAT team caused quite a stir in the community yesterday. They were out as part of a narcotics investigation at this location on Middle Street. They arrested a 30-year-old man after recovering more than 240 grams of cocaine, 28 grams of fentanyl, 40 grams of marijuana. Officials say the man faces multiple charges related to drug trafficking. We're not naming him since he hasn't been formally charged yet.
Also in Beloit this morning, the local school district is dealing with a failing grade.
Rock County reporter Maddie Heimsch investigated what a failing school looks like and why some are placing blame.
This year, the school district of Beloit received some of the lowest scores in the state. Administrators and community members alike wonder why. The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction releases district report cards each year. This year, Beloit schools failed to meet expectations. The district's achievement measures were in the bottom 1%, while their on-track for graduation rate was just above the 1% mark. School officials say these outcomes aren't unusual, but they're continuing to strive for more.
And yes, we're not at the level we want to be at, and we're really working hard to move us forward. But we didn't get into this position overnight, and we're not going to get out of it overnight either.
Some community members have taken to social media to blame the Board of Education for the state of the district. Members of one Facebook page have accused administrators of being, quote, misleading and fiscally irresponsible. One anonymous district teacher, however, called these social media posts propaganda in an email to me earlier today. They told me that they could share thousands of individual success stories.
We have improvements that need to be made, but so does every school, everywhere. We're no different than anybody else. And the reputation that's out there is not deserved.
When I asked Schneider about the community backlash, he says he places his focus elsewhere.
We're continually working to make it better and to improve things, and that keeping our focus on what's in the best interest of the students is what's going to make that happen.
In Beloit, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Maddie. Meantime, the Sun Prairie Area School District says it is cooperating with the Department of Education in a Title IX investigation. This all revolves around how it handled an incident involving a transgender student. The investigation is being handled by the Office of Civil Rights in the Department of Education. It comes after a transgender student undressed herself in front of 4 female students in the girls' locker room of Sun Prairie East. Parents voiced their concerns over the district's handling after the details became public. District leaders countered those claims, saying reports of the incident were ill-informed, inaccurate, and incomplete. The investigation is ongoing, so we'll keep you updated as it moves forward.
Meanwhile, a student journalist is getting reactions from the Universities of Wisconsin president this morning. According to an email obtained by the Daily Cardinal, the president privately suggested that chancellors shift away from liberal arts programs at some campuses. Jay Rothman specifically targeted campuses with low-income students. Rothman is now pushing back against the allegations. In a tweet, he said he was mischaracterized.
I think that it is important in any case to get a story out there regardless of what potential backlash might be to it.
Despite the response from Rothman, the student journalist says he's received a lot of positive reaction from other journalists in the state about the impact of his reporting.
Badger volleyball moving on in the NCAA tournament. They took down Jackson State last night in the opening round. It was the first time the two programs ever played each other. Badgers got the party started early. MJ Hamill sets up Sarah Franklin, and she hammers home the kill. Franklin had a game-high 12. Later in the set, it's Tammy time. I've always wanted to say that. Zach gets to say it all the time. She gets up to get down for one of her 10 kills. Wisconsin sweeps Jackson State with ease. They'll take on Miami tonight at 7 o'clock.
Looking good, ladies. Hey, this week marks the start of the NFL's My Cause, My Cleat campaign, and a former Badger is wearing a piece of Madison. The campaign gives players a chance to wear custom cleats, highlighting an important cause or charity. Well, check out what's on former Badger TJ Watt's feet. You're looking at it right now. These cleats honor the work being done every day at the American Family Children's Hospital. You might remember when Watt played for the Badgers, he and other student athletes often visited patients in the hospital.
Those look really cool. I mean, nice little local connection there.
I love that callback back to his time here in Madison.
And he's doing amazing this season, so he'll get a lot of attention probably on Sunday's game.
Those Watt brothers always impressed. Okay, it's 6:39 now. Coming up after the break, this professional wrestler knows all about fighting, both in and out of the ring.
And Doppler track is picking up a little bit of light rain and snow starting to spread into extreme southern Wisconsin. It's going to be a fairly sloppy weekend. We'll have the first warm forecast coming up.
Black Friday mattress deals have been extended for one final week at Ashley. It's your last chance to save up to 83% off top mattress brands, plus low monthly payments with special interest financing for 6 long years. Only at Ashley.
SSM Health and News 3 Now would like to invite you and your family to make a colorful connection this giving season.
Go to channel3000.com to download a Time for Kids coloring sheet or find it in November's Madison magazine. Add color and a kind message, then mail it to SSM Health.
They'll share with a hospital patient who can't be home for the holidays.
And you might even see it on News 3 Now. Take time for kids and spread joy to others by making a colorful connection.
It's that time of year again, America. So let's light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose from a large inventory of Ford vehicles equipped with technology, space, and flexibility for any season. Get special offers on our adventure-ready SUVs or on our great selection of Ford trucks. And make the holidays bright with Ford. Now, choose FlexBuy on Bronco Sport with 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,000 FlexBuy, $1,000 bonus, and $1,000 low APR cash.
Why didn't we do this last year?
Before you were preventing migraine with Qulipta? Remember the pain, cancel plans, the worry?
That was then. And look at me now. You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making 0 migraine days possible. It's the only pill of its kind that blocks CGRP and is approved to prevent migraine of any frequency, to help give you that forget you get migraine feeling.
Don't take if allergic to Qulipta. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and sleepiness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Qulipta, the forget you get migraine medicine.
Every accident is different. Different driving conditions, different injuries, different life circumstances. The insurance companies often use these circumstances to avoid paying you what you deserve. At Gruber Law Offices, we know how insurance companies can take advantage after an accident. Trust our experience and history of successfully helping our clients. And remember, there is never a fee until we win. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Black Friday deals have been extended for one final week at Ashley. It's your last chance to save up to 65% off doorbusters and special deals on our hottest looks store-wide. Plus special interest financing for 6 long years with low monthly payments. Only at Ashley.
On the next Live Before, we'll talk with a Madison couple working to help Ukrainian widows and children overcome grief.
And we'll preview the new movie Candy Cane Lane, starring Eddie Murphy.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. 6:43. This weekend, top pro wrestlers from around the region will take part in the Blizzard Brawl.
The show features a women's title match with a wrestler who knows a thing or two about fighting for her life. Emerson Lehman has her story.
Before she was training to win a title fight at Blizzard Brawl 2023 as Harley Jane, Sofia Gudgaudas was in a fight for her life.
She only had a 15% chance of surviving this stroke.
At the age of 19, Lily Gudgaudas' daughter was left paralyzed following a rare stroke.
For the 2 hours, we prayed, you know. You call up all your friends. But you get prepared to say goodbye.
The odds were stacked against the young women. They hadn't faced a fighter like this.
If someone tell me I can't do it, I have to go and do it.
Sophia survived the surgery, but her road to recovery was going to be anything but easy. She had to learn to walk again, talk again, how to chew food.
When you go through something like that, you just depress.
Then, an unlikely solution.
After physical therapy, about having a hard day, I would turn on wrestling, and it saved my life.
In 2021, on a trip to Chicago to watch the All Elite Wrestling Tour, everything clicked.
I just saw him fiffing and doing moves, and I told my mom and my dad, hey, I can do it. Why not me?
She applied to a wrestling academy in Texas to learn from one of her favorite wrestlers of all time and a legend of the sport, Dustin Rhodes.
I hope one day to be with WWE or AEW. I know I will one day.
On Saturday night, the 24-year-old Harley Jane's focus is on the Great Lakes Championship Wrestling title belt. As for Sophia, she hopes her journey will inspire others to never give up.
It was hard for me to keep going, but I did it with my family and my friends, you know, and wrestling.
She's a fighter. She's never going to stop fighting.
The Ring for Blizzard Brawl is happening tomorrow at the Waukesha County Expo Center if you're interested in going.
6:45. Are you still eating some leftovers from Thanksgiving? If you are, you should probably stop. According to the U.S. Department of Ag, refrigerated leftovers can safely be eaten for 4 days. That means Monday was the last day you could safely eat food if you celebrated on Thanksgiving. If you froze your leftovers, though, you're good. The USDA says frozen food stays safe indefinitely. However, the agency also says it'll be best if you ate the frozen food within 2 to 6 months.
Time to throw it out, folks. Let's go.
It's hard, especially when you pay all that money for the food, and it's like, I can't just throw this stuff away.
You know why I don't have this problem?
Why?
In one sitting, that is gone, sir.
All right, good stuff. All right, freeze those leftovers or enjoy them later when you thaw them out.
6:46. Let's check in with Kelly.
Yeah, we are looking at clouds out here this morning, and so far things have been dry. We are looking at some rain and some snow to be spreading on in. In fact, we're already starting to see it just barely creeping across the border, coming in out of Illinois. Maybe a few flurries down toward Beloit, the broad area of rain, though, down to the south. But it is running into some of that colder air, and that's why it is starting to shift over to some flurries there in Beloit. And then basically mainly over northern parts of Illinois. But that'll be mainly affecting the Monroe area this morning, the Janesville area, some snow, maybe a little bit of rain mixed in there. Madison, we should be dry most of the morning. But as we get toward the noon hour, you can see Madison area, Verona, Fitchburg, McFarland seeing some of this snow. As you head to the north, though, up toward DeForest, Sun Prairie, might not see that snow until later this afternoon. So even across Dane County, there's going to be a sharp cutoff from some of this snow mixed with some rain, but that may be affecting the late afternoon commute, headed home from work or school, maybe some slushy accumulation here in the Madison area. A lot of this will wind down after 10 o'clock. As far as snowfall amounts, maybe upwards of an inch in Madison, areas to the south, a little bit closer to the Illinois border, could be talking about 2 inches when all is said and done by this evening. Right now, we do have the clouds across the area, expecting highs near 37, right where we should be for this time of December. Here we are in the new month of December. So we got this system that'll be moving on through today, tonight. We'll get a break later on tonight through tomorrow. Most of tomorrow should be dry, but another secondary system moves in, it looks like by tomorrow night, and this will be affecting us on Sunday. So Saturday looks dry, Sunday not so much. We are expecting some snow mixed in with some rain. Again, could pick up another inch or two of snow. It'll be kind of sloppy snow. Today, mainly an inch of snow here in the Madison area, closer to 2 inches down in the south, and then we do have that chance of a mix again Saturday night into Sunday. So Saturday, as mentioned, should be dry, temperatures near 40 in the afternoon. Saturday night, getting closer to the midnight hour, some snow, maybe mixing with a little bit of rain as the system moves on in. And this will also spread further north. I know the folks up near the Dells, areas to the north, will not see anything really from the system tonight, but tomorrow night into Sunday, they will see a little bit of snow moving on through, and all this should wind down, it looks like, by later Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. Right now, 31 in Madison, it's 28 in the Dells, so quite a contrast, while it's 37 in Janesville. Seeing some of that snow starting to spread into the Janesville area, Monroe area this morning. Probably not until noon here in the Madison area. Maybe a little bit of rain mixed in as temperatures will be above freezing. 40 tomorrow, dry, but we'll have that mix Saturday night. That'll continue into Sunday. Still kind of unsettled Monday and Tuesday. But look at those temperatures Thursday and Friday, upper 40s. End of next week.
Kelly Slifka with that pretty wild roller coaster we got ahead. We appreciate it, Kelly. Thank you. 6:49 coming up in the morning sprint. Your information might be at risk. We'll tell you about the newest cyber attack out of Rock County.
And if you get a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know. We'll show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Are you looking for a pre-owned vehicle that doesn't break the bank? Come visit Stark on the Beltline. We've got Hondas, Subarus, Toyotas, and trucks, and local financing options to help you get the best rates you deserve. Wisconsin's premier pre-owned dealership.
You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont it, you want some ice time, a nice time, so good you post it twice time. You want some cheer, now I'll show you where you gotta be, tell you who you gotta see, ooh, it's gonna make you smile. You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont.
Enjoy the magic of the North Pole, just east of O'Hare, with miles of memories waiting to be made. To Rosemont it your way, start at rosemont.com.
Rosemont it.
The best advice I ever got was to invest with Vanguard for my retirement. The second best, stay healthy enough to enjoy it. So I started preparing, physically and financially. Then you came along and made every mile worth it. Hi, Mom.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor. You're an owner, helping you prepare for today's longer retirement. That's the value of ownership.
My name is Josh Sanavia, and I'm the owner at Isla Veterinary Boutique Hospital. I was 5-6 years of age, and I knew I was going to be a vet. Once Alexandra called me to let me know that Bank of America had approved my loan, it was important to me.
We not only just provide the financing piece, we do everything that we can to surround them with the right people.
All you need is a perfect, amazing team that will guide you through the right steps to be successful, and that's what Bank of America was for me.
If you've ever grilled, you know you can count on propane to make everything great. But did you know propane also powers school buses that produce lower emissions that lead to higher test scores? Or that propane can cut your energy costs at home? It powers big jobs and small ones too. From hospitals to hospitality, people rely on propane, an energy source that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly for everyone. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
This is the Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic, and it responds to snoring, so you don't have to. So no more nudging your partner or sleeping on the other side of the house, because the Tempur Ergo Smart Base actually detects snoring, then automatically adjusts to help reduce it all night, every night.
Save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
We have a variety of quality pre-owned vehicles, including Hondas, Toyotas, Subarus, as well as many other popular brands, right here at Stark on Highway 19, located at 502 West Main Street here in Marshall, Wisconsin's premier pre-owned dealership.
Watch News 3 Now at 5 with Eric, Susan, and Gary. Weeknights.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
Unions are pushing back on one of Wisconsin's most polarizing laws. Several unions are filing a lawsuit to try and end the ban on collective bargaining. The law is known as Act 10. It passed under Governor Scott Walker. The move caused massive protests at the Capitol in 2011 when nearly 100,000 union members came together to protest.
Also at the State House, a new package of bills would give local governments more power. A group of lawmakers introduced the Our Communities, Our Values package yesterday. It spans a wide range of issues, including local rent control and zoning laws. Proponents of the bills believe it will allow them to use their knowledge of what their communities need to the fullest extent.
The man at the center of a State Street sexual assault case will likely face a new jury after the judge declared a mistrial. Ivan Smart faced second-degree sexual assault after a woman said he and another man groped her without her consent near a downtown bar. The jury in the case couldn't come to a decision after spending more than 12 hours deliberating.
A Beloit man faces multiple drug trafficking charges this morning. The SWAT team raided his home yesterday during a drug investigation. Officers arrested a 30-year-old man after a search of his home. The search uncovered marijuana, cocaine, and fentanyl.
A cyber attack is putting some people's personal information at risk in Rock County. The Rock County Human Services Department says a hacker was able to gain access to business emails. Those emails could lead to personal information and business information for anyone using the department's software. Officials say there's currently no evidence of fraud or identity theft.
This morning, fighting in the Middle East continues. The 7-day pause ended today, and fighting was quick to resume. The Israeli military issued a statement today saying that it has resumed combat operations against Hamas, claiming that the militant group violated its agreement and fired a rocket toward Israel. The brief peace let over 100 Israeli hostages be freed.
Former President Donald Trump is once again under a gag order. A New York appellate court says it's reinstated the order for a civil fraud trial. It bans all parties in the case from making public comments about court staff. Judge Arthur Endergorn is overseeing the trial. He originally imposed the order. He says he plans to enforce it vigorously.
Ron DeSantis waking up this morning with a debate in the books, but not for the GOP nomination for president. He went head-to-head against California Governor Gavin Newsom last night. They aired on Fox News. The two argued over Biden's impact on the economy and COVID lockdowns. They both agreed, though, that something needs to be done at the U.S.-Mexico border.
A vote to expel Representative George Santos is set for today in Washington, D.C. He's still denying claims from an explosive House ethics report that said he violated federal law. He's accused of spending campaign money on Botox, luxury goods, and other personal spending. Santos calls his colleagues who are trying to oust him bullies.
3 state senators are stepping forward to be the next party leader. It happened quickly after current minority leader Melissa Agard said she was running for Dane County executive. The county job will be open this spring when Joe Parisi retires. Senators Kelda Roys, Diane Hesselbein, and Jeff Smith have all thrown their hats into the ring to replace Agard.
All right, good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. We're waiting for some of these rain-snow mixture to move into southern Wisconsin. Starting to get very close to Janesville and Monroe. You can see this blue. This would be indicating some snow, cold enough for snow, rain, and even some moderate rain down to the south. All this lifting to the north. But we're going to be right on the edge here in the Madison area. It looks like later this morning into this afternoon. But the kids will have to bundle up and count on some sloppy conditions later this afternoon. Might be some slushy accumulation on the roads headed home from work or school. Temperatures vary. Tees up to north, 31 in Madison, 37 right now in Janesville. So most of the snow this morning, Monroe, Janesville area. Madison probably waiting till the noon hour. Areas to the north, really not seeing much until later on today. Maybe picking up an inch, maybe 2 inches toward the Illinois border. Another chance of some rain and snow, it looks like Saturday night into Sunday.
Kelly, thank you very much. Stay up to date on your first warm forecast right here on News 3 Now.